I want to thank Gerald Nissan of Naperville for making this review possible. Gerald Nissan of Naperville is the only Nissan dealer in the Chicagoland area to offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on their engines and transmissions in the vehicles they sell. Check out their award-winning showroom and browse from over 1,000 new and used cars at www.geraldnissannaperville.com.
Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and today I am driving a 2017 Lincoln MKZ Premier. Up front is a 2.0 liter turbocharged inline 4, and down below is a 6-speed automatic transmission. Guys, I'm excited to be driving the MKZ today for one reason and one reason only. If you're fans of the channel, you'll know that I recently drove a 1978 Lincoln Continental Town Car. And so Lincoln has been on my mind quite a bit recently, so I'm interested to see how a modern Lincoln stacks up. But let's get back to that 2.0 liter turbocharged inline 4. I'll put the horsepower and torque up on the screen, as well as I will now put the MPGs up on the screen as well. For you foreign viewers, up top I'll put my liters per 100 kilometers. Here's the thing, is that I wish it had a little bit bigger of an engine. I like the 2-liter turbo. They've put it in the Escape, and they've put it in, I believe, the Focus ST. It's really a Focus ST engine, but let's see how it does acceleration-wise. All right, so it is a little bit cold today, but it did chirp the tires, as you guys heard. Maybe I'm starting to sort of pull back in those thoughts of a bigger engine. That was actually pretty decent. Put my foot in it. Get a little bit of whine. It almost sounds like a supercharger whine. I like it. Yeah, you know what? I'll retract my statement of the fact that it needs a bigger engine. I think on paper I'd like to see it have a bigger engine just because it is a luxury car. The last Lincoln I drove had a 7.5 liter, but you know what? I'd say it's adequate. It's not blowing me away, but it's adequate. And I feel like that's sort of the theme with the rest of the car. Like I said, paired to its 6-speed automatic transmission, nothing really too crazy here. However, it's actually not that many gears for a modern luxury car. For instance, the 2019 Acura gets an 8-speed or a 9-speed. A lot of cars come with 10 speeds now. The Tahoe comes with a 10-speed. It's very interesting that, 2017, it still has just a 6-speed. Last but not least, this MKZ is front-wheel drive. However, you can get them in all-wheel drive. This is front. So let's talk about the interior. We have quite a bit to go through. On the left is my tachometer with coolant temperature down at the bottom, and on the right is my speedometer with fuel down at the bottom. Now, what's interesting is that the actual numbers, so for speed, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and on the tachometer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, those are actual numbers. Those are actual plastic numbers on the dashboard. However, the needles that point to the numbers are digital. This is a really interesting mix of digital and non-digital gauges. I haven't seen a vehicle quite like that, and honestly, I don't know how I feel about it. I kind of wish they made the entire gauge digital and then do what the K900 did and allow me to really select what kind of gauge I want to see, whether it looks like bubbles or it looks like a stone rock or something like that. In the center, I do get a little display screen. I will cycle through a couple different things that you can look at on this center display. To be fair, the tachometer does turn into part of that screen for settings and stuff like that. So I do like that feature. However, I do wish it was a little bit more customizable.
One thing that I just discovered is kind of interesting is the warning chime. It sounds like Ford's normal warning chime, but slightly different. So I'll play this one, I'll play Ford's warning chime, and then I'll play this one again.
On the steering wheel, we have a bunch of different things. So on the left is my controls for that center screen and the gauges we were just talking about, as well as I have my cruise control options at the bottom left. And then on the right, I have more controls for that center screen, as well as mute, volume, voice commands, skip track, and my phone options. I do also have paddle shifters on the steering wheel, which is nice. This is a tried and true 6-speed, so when you shift gears on the paddles, you are actually shifting gears, which is nice. What's missing from the MKZ is radar cruise control. Again, something I would have liked from Lincoln as a luxury manufacturer. However, you could get it on upper trim levels. But in 2017, Mazda had them on all of their CX-5s. And I feel like Lincoln should be nicer than a base model Mazda CX-5, but maybe I'm wrong. To the left of me, I have my headlight switches, trunk release, and my power parking brake. And then on the door, I have my lock and unlock, my memory seat options, and then of course my power mirrors and power windows. Moving into the center, we get 2 vents in the center of the dashboard. I like that, very symmetrical. Then we have the screen itself. So you can do a bunch of things through here. I do get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Very, very happy that I get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in 2017. Very, very nice. I have 911 assistance, Sirius XM. I have my mobile apps, phone, Bluetooth. I can also run my climate controls through here if I'd like. My phone, apps, obviously, and my settings. Now, one thing that this particular MKZ is missing that is available on higher trim level MKZs is massaging seats. So unfortunately, this current car doesn't have it. However, on upper trim levels of the 2017 MKZ, you could get massaging seats, which is super, super cool. I think that that is an awesome luxury feature that is missing in a lot of other luxury cars. Down below that, we have a CD player and radio controls, you know, source, skip track, eject, things like that. Then we have our actual physical climate controls. I love this because some cars only have climate controls in the center screen, and so you can't skip a song as well as change your climate controls. I like having physical buttons, tactile buttons for the climate controls. They feel good. The fan control button feels a little bit cheap, but the temperature button feels great. I do have heated seats below that as well. I am pleasantly enjoying on this cold October morning. Then down below that, we do have a little cubby hole and 2 cup holders. Normally, I would talk about the shifter, but as you'll notice, there's no shifter. So how you put the car into park, reverse, neutral, and drive is up on that center console. You'll see it's actually on the left side. I have my button for park, reverse, neutral, drive, and sport, as well as my engine start stop button is on the left side as well. On the other side of the radio, I do have my traction control off. Auto holding brakes, very, very nice, so we can toggle that on. Come to a stop here, and then you can take your foot off the brake. The car's not gonna go anywhere, even though you're still in drive. To deactivate that, you just lightly get back on the gas, and you're good to go. Now, the seats are very nice and comfortable. Like I said, they're heated, they are memory. However, they are not the massaging seats, but like I said, that is available in higher trim level MKZs, and that's definitely something I would seek out. If you're looking for MKZs, you know, 2017 is now 3 years old at this point, really 4 years old. Prices are gonna be dropping. I would look for one with the massaging seats. But speaking of seats, we do have back seats, so let's do a backseat review. All right, so we're in the back of the 2017 Lincoln MKZ Premier. Seating is fine. Headroom is actually, it's okay. It's not great. I'm 5'11". I can feel the hairs on the top of my head starting to sort of nudge on the headliner. Seats are nice, leather. They're very, very soft. I mean, really, really soft. Down here, I have a cigarette lighter, 12-volt outlet. I do have a center console, little cubby hole here, 2 cup holders, things like that. One thing that I wish I did have back here is heated seats. And the reason that I say that is that you can get a top trim level Mazda 6 with rear heated seats. You can get an Acura TLX with rear heated seats. And while you can get the MKZ with rear heated seats, it's an option. I just feel like the MKZ should be nicer than those 2 vehicles in any form. So I would have liked to have seen rear heated seats. All right, so we're around the back of the MKZ. We have this nice LED light, but here on the key fob, I can actually hit it twice and it'll open. It'll at least crack it open, which is very, very nice. Floor mats in here, very large size trunk. I mean, it goes on for a country mile. I have this nice LED in here, nice and bright. I don't really have any other amenities back here, but it is a pretty good size. But before we get away from the exterior, something I always forget to mention on these cars is the fact that right here, is a touchpad. I don't know if you could see that on camera. So each car is given a specific code, so you can actually leave your keys in the car, and as long as you know the code and the battery's not dead, you can come up, punch it in, car will unlock. That is super, super nice if you plan on going swimming and don't want to carry your key fob with you, or if you just don't want to carry a key fob. Very, very nice. The other thing that this car is missing is the panoramic roof. If you've ever seen them, you can actually open up like the entire roof of these MKZs. This doesn't have that. And that's something I would want to see. I've always wanted to review an MKZ with the roof that opens. I don't know why. I think that's so cool. And unfortunately, this one doesn't have it. So again, another reason to spend a little bit extra money, get that panoramic sunroof. Now, one last thing about the interiors. I'm looking around here and it definitely feels more premium. I have this sort of brushed aluminum look on the dash as well as in the center console. I have a leather steering wheel. The actual center, the airbag is stitched leather. It feels very nice. Nothing really seems to be too worn in here. However, everything is black and silver. And to me, sometimes that's not the most luxurious. If this had like the tan seats, tan interior, it would actually feel a little bit more luxurious in my mind, but that's just my own personal opinion. Everything in here feels very solid. There's no weird squeaks or rattles, which I really, really like. Now we gotta talk about the looks. I like the look of the MKZ. You know, I think it's reserved. I think it's definitely classy. Lincoln has always carried a very classy name, and I think for sure in the looks department, this is a pretty good car. And as we get towards the end of the video, I have my final thoughts on the MKZ, and my final thought is spend a little bit extra money on this. Right now, this is pretty much, it feels like a nice Ford Taurus to me. But the reason I say spend the extra money is because this car is not brand new. This car, like I keep saying, and as the title suggests, this is a 2017. It's 3 years old, probably closer to 4 years old as we get towards the end of the year. And so on the secondhand market, you can find these for not that expensive. So spend a little extra money, get the massaging seats, get the radar cruise control, get the nicer features. I'm not saying that this is a bad car. This is on par, if not better, than an equivalent Taurus or equivalent whatever sedan you're looking at. This is a very good sedan. However, if it were me, I would want the massaging seats. I would want the slightly nicer features. And you could probably pick them up now for not that much more expensive, which is great. And so in closing, my final thoughts are this. The MKZ is good. It's not great. It's not blowing me away in really any sort of sense. It's a very nice car, but it doesn't have any sort of wow factor that I expect from luxury vehicles or more luxury brands like Acura, like Lexus, like Infiniti. It's just missing that last thing, and I think the massaging seats is that thing. That's the key to success right there. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Gerald Nissan in Naperville for letting me take out their used 2017 Lincoln MKZ Premier. This is one of their used cars on the lot. They have hundreds of used cars in stock at all times. If Lincolns are not your thing, if Nissans are not your thing, still go check out their website. They have something for everyone. I mean, they have tons and tons of different vehicles. They cycle through all the time. They're always getting new inventory. So please, if you're looking for a new vehicle, please head on over to Gerald Nissan. Their information is up on the screen as well as linked in the description below. All you gotta do is click it. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you would like to. Take care, guys.